In the continuation of view range, we got underlay as well, as I mentioned before. Underlay is dependent to view range, and we need the underlay to present the correct location of the plans. And here, as you can see, underlay consists of three parts by this way: range base level, which is the uppermost level for the underlay range. The default is the level above range base level, which has been set to none. If I set it to bottom, watch this, bottom actually. And then for range top level, we can set it to unbounded or undefined or top by this way. And then for the orientation, look down and look up. Watch this. We can change the orientation. For example, in some of the projects of installations, we may wanted to see both disciplines of architectural and installations, okay? So we can set the underlay orientation like this way, as you can see. Well done. I set it to look down and I get back to the plan. I click on view range in the window 2300s. I set it to 1500s. Apply. Again, I set it to 1200s. And currently here, since our view range is 1200s, we can see these items. Again, I set it to 2300s. Watch this. And the point, another point. If I set these to depth and top actually, watch this. These are shown in transparent. Or if I set it to bottom and top for range top level, then let me set them to none and unbounded to tell you the point. Sometimes we got some projects that we got some other elements at the upper levels like roof, like slope roof, that we need to display the roof around the plan using hidden lines, that we can use underlay and set it to top level. Then if I click on modify tab, here we got a tool. Its name is line work, which overrides the line style for a selected line in the active view only. Click on it, then overhead line style. Then we can click on these edges and convert them to dotted lines. After this, I set it to none. And here we got only the dotted lines, not the roof. And they are presenting the region that the roof is covering. So we can see the roof itself, but we got its edges on the plan view. And if I select it and then I delete it, we are deleting the roof. So if you just wanted to delete this, you can right click on it and then click on hide and view, or click on line work and then set the line style by category by this way, and then click on the edges to set it to the default category by this way. And the next point is that sometimes when we open the top levels here in the north view, check it out, and then I add another level 4 meters by this way. Then if I set the base level to level 5 like this way, then I open the second level. Okay, I select all of the walls, detach all like this. As you can see, they are not visible since they are below the level. But if I set the base level to bottom, as you can see, they are shown opaquely. So at least we know the frame and also the boundaries and where we want to work. And if you don't want these items to be selected, you can click on these items, select underlay elements. So from now on, the underlaid elements are not selectable, and these are the arrayed elements, and we cannot edit the underlay elements, as you can see. And after the process was finished, and note that while you're working in the project, set the base level to your current level, like top level, because we are only working on the top level, and this can be very important. And the next point that I have mentioned it before, here if I open the Manage tab in Additional Settings, here we got halftone and underlay that we can customize them in this window. As we are talking about underlay, we can specify the weight, line weight, and also patterns, like to show them in dotted lines and specifying one for the line weights. And this is one of the techniques which is usually used in multi-disciplines projects. Suppose that you got the project which consists of architecture and structural, that you want to start the installations, and you can use this technique to distinguish the underlaid elements. So we can just specify line weights and also a specific pattern for them to distinguish them. If I uncheck apply halftone, then you see the color is highlighted, not halftone. Again, I check it. After that, we can control the brightness of halftone. And as I move the slider to light, watch this, the brightness is decreased. And as I close it to dark, watch this, that you can control the displayment of underlay and halftone like this way. So up to this point, we got familiar with the concept of view range, underlay, and halftone. Special view range, as I mentioned, is one of the items which is underestimated by the Revit users, especially the rules that I mentioned, that I tried to explain everything about view range in an accurate way and also in simple words to make it understandable for you. And I hope you have understood it.